My name is Paul Stevens. I'm the COO for Middle East, Africa and Turkey for ACCOR, Premium Midscale and Economy Hotels.
Paul, thank you for joining Breaking Travel News here at Future Hospitality Summit in Riyadh. It's great to get some time with you. I believe you've recently signed a strategic partnership agreement. Tell me more.
Yeah, look, the agreement was a bit different to an investment conference, I guess you could say, but a very big part of the success of Saudi. So when we looked at investing and working with other partners in Saudi Arabia, we looked at, okay, we're going to open a lot of hotels, as our competitors are. What's the issue, or what's the way we can add a lot of value to those opening of hotels? And of course, human capital, or our staff, are something that we really needed to focus on. And Saudi has a really, really big focus on Saudiization. So they want to see as many of their locals working in these hotels, which we totally get and understand because we do it all around the world, not just here. So one of the areas that we thought we could expand into is to create our own work process and our own division of creating 3 levels of Saudi. So we had the vacuum at the bottom, so it picks up people that have no experience in our industry. Then we have the people that have quite a lot of experience but want to move to the next level. So we looked at, okay, that's step 2. Step 3 is people that have been tertiary educated and they could come in as potential managers in the future. And then obviously moving their system, moving their education into what I call a very practical sense in hospitality. So we've partnered with the Ministry of Tourism and we call our program Tamamayas, which is a nice way to sort of package that up. And so far what the Ministry of Tourism has done with us is they've given us some goals. So they said, okay, ACCOR, we're going to partner with you, but we want to see some actual results. We're going to put some milestones in place and we want you to hit these 3 milestones and then we'll really get behind you even more. So fortunately, as we stand here right today, we've got the first 2 milestones out of the way. We're looking very good for the 3rd one. So as far as ACCOR human capital and our growth here in Saudi and the Kingdom, we're looking pretty healthy.
And just give us some sort of colour around the impact of really investing in human capital.
Well, I think one of the main things is, when you look at getting everyone focused on a vision in the future, particularly in one country, and when that country is going through a huge change, it really needs to get the people behind it. If you just write things on the wall and expect everyone to follow, they just won't do it. So what we're part of is actually growing the community, not just the staff we're going to employ, but their families, their friends, and the communities they work in. And obviously that starts a big upswell of positive activity, positive thoughts, says 2030 is the way to go, the community's behind it, so we see we play a very big part in it.
Absolutely, and of course that translates into the guest experience.
Well, when we look at when people travel, they don't travel to see foreigners in a different country, they go and see the local culture. They say, okay, and how do I best live that local culture? It's through the local people. The Saudis are extremely warm. When you travel here, it's not unusual for you to get invited to someone's house to have coffee or a meal or meet grandma or hear a tale about the old days. And that's exactly what tourists want. They don't want to go somewhere and see a vanilla version of what they could have had in New York, Paris, Munich. They want to come here and experience Saudi, and Saudi has so much history, so much culture, and untouched lands for people to enjoy. So that's where we're really focusing, getting that culture and the locals really involved in the whole product.
And tell me about some of, congrats on hitting 2 milestones already, that's fantastic news. But obviously that doesn't come without its challenges. So, tell me a little bit about sort of some of the challenges that you faced as you've implemented this and how you've overcome them.
Yeah, I suppose with everything that's new in the world, there becomes challenges, no doubt. But really, to overcome those challenges, we used our relationship with the Minister of Tourism to start with. We thought if we can get that endorsement, that stamp of credibility, as soon as we go to the market and talk to people that are new to our industry, they would go, yes, there's credibility. I can see that I've got a future in this industry. I can see ACCOR putting in what I call legitimate and really, really big focus into that. So I think we got through that challenge really easily, and time will tell. But we're looking at 5,000 to 6,000 people in the next 4 years. So this has really got to accelerate quickly. It's part of our business plan, and really one of the positive things that we found when we started this relationship last March, so it was nearly a year ago, is that we've actually won some contracts and some big contracts, because when we go in and pitch for some business, when we go to pitch with an investor, and he goes or she goes, how are you going to staff my hotel, because I know there's another 300,000 rooms coming up, and we just roll out, here's Tamamayas, this is what we've done, this is the relationship we have, these are the numbers we have so far. We're confident that we can actually supply those people to work in the business and their locals.
And something that you think that ACCOR can replicate in other developing markets?
Yeah, it's interesting. We actually do this, and we talk about 300,000 staff that work for ACCOR around the world. Every year we churn about 100,000 of those people. That's not a great number when you look at the quantum of it, but the reality, that's our industry.
Yep.
So we're continually training 100,000 people a year. Sure enough, they're not all localised, they're not all sort of coming from a very, very balanced base, I would say. Tourism's a brand new industry in this country. Not every other country is the same, but we've had a lot of practice at it. You know, we have 5 universities around the world, so we used a lot of that energy and a lot of that thought and a lot of those actual scheduled trainings that we have and put them into a local context.
Paul, thank you for sharing what is an amazing initiative. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.